Holy shit, am I making a new video? What, has it been like 4 months? How's it going, everybody? Welcome back after another long hiatus. So, now that I missed Halo Outpost, I should really give you guys some kind of an excuse. If I had one. Yeah, guys, I hate to say it, but the really only reason I've been gone this long is just because I'm lazy. Yeah, I know, you can roast me in the comments for my work ethic. Anyways, so, today, I figured we covered all the small human arms in Halo CE, so I figure we should move on to Halo 2. However, I did cover a lot of the real-world specs in my last video on the M6C Magnum.
Which is shit, by the way, so don't watch it.
And not too terribly much changes but them canonically. So, I figured I'd do something a little bit different today and just compare the two and then give you my opinion on whether or not I think it would be worth it to have one of these today. Cool? Cool.
So, the year is 2004, and the long-awaited sequel to the current best game ever just came out. As you boot up the game, you hear that iconic soundtrack for the very first time. Magical. It fills your heart with anticipation and excitement as you begin the campaign. After the incredibly cinematic intro, you find yourself on a space station preparing for battle, and an all too familiar feeling. As you make your way to your first encounter, you find yourself face to face with the weapon that started it all. Beautiful Magnum, reunited once again. And then, what is this? But, what is it?
Holy shit! We'll always love you! I can't believe you did this to me! God damn it! How could you do this to me?
And that's when you realize something must be incredibly wrong. Somebody must have tampered with their first love, because now all of a sudden it's just ass. Yep, just ass. Okay, alright. But why? Oh well. But honestly, you're just having too much fun to really care that much, so you end up just dumping the Magnum for something else that's better and move on with your life.
Yeah, we should see other people.
Okay, not the best day for my self-esteem.
But why, you may ask? For what purpose did this have to happen? And is there any actual explanation given as to why the hell this looks so much different and feels so much different and is so much different, and let's just face it, it just fucking sucks. And is there any explanation given that's just not Bungie decided that the pistol was too OP, so they just nerf it because fuck you, that's why? Well, my beautiful viewers, yes. Yes, there is. And actually, it's not really a bad one either. Okay, so the main reason that the Magnum in Halo 2 is so much less powerful than the one found on Halo CE is simply because it's a stripped down model that normal humans can, you know, actually fucking use. As I said in my M6C video, the previous Magnum was a Spartan variant, which sported all the additions and upgrades that these guns could possibly hold, even going as far as to have both high explosive and armor-piercing ammunition. Anyway, since the M6C was such an insane variant, almost nobody had them. Honestly, it's a miracle that the Pillar of Autumn even had them to begin with, much less by literally every single person you encounter. Why would you shoot that? Who hurt you? The M6C found in Halo 2 is actually the most common type of Magnum. It's stripped down small enough so it literally doesn't rip your arm off when you hold it, and since this last thing is kind of a big deal, I'm gonna whisper this in my friend Joe's ear, and he'll go off on a tirade about that so you remember it because it's important.
Just think about this for a second. You got a gun with no fucking front sight. Everyone's like, oh, I don't need a front sight if everybody has the HUD. Well, what if you break your goddamn glasses? What if somebody fucking fist fucks your helmet? Then you're fucked. You're gonna look like a fucking I don't know what. You're gonna look like every person in Compton. You're gonna be holding it sideways hoping to fuck you hit something. Jesus Christ, I guess you don't even need a fucking front sight if you're just gonna fucking shoot yourself with it. I mean, fuck.
Like the man says, this stripped down model is just simply much better for anyone who isn't a Spartan or honestly even an ODST. So basically what I'm saying is you're using the same pistol that everyone else is using, and essentially you're being a selfish asshole for bitching about how much it sucks. Not everybody can afford the top of the line shit, Karen! Anyways, how about we actually look at the specs and what all is different besides the fact it's just stripped down. So I guess we should start with the size. As mentioned before, the M6D is scaled up 117%. I see what you did there, Bungie. You're not funny! Just kidding, I thought it was pretty clever. So how big does that make the M6C? Well, I would tell you that I plan to explain to you how I found it, but honestly I'm just too lazy for that, so I'll just look it up on Halopedia and then regurgitate the details for you. Hold on a second. Uh, 9 inches or 26 centimeters. Wait, 9 inches? Holy fuck, that's still huge! But I guess that makes sense for the rounds it shoots. Like the D variant, the M6C still fires the same ammunition, a whopping 12.7 by 40 millimeter round. For those of us who know things about guns, that's comparable to a 500 Smith & Wesson. Suffice it to say that this is still complete overkill for anything we would use today, even without all the ridiculous upgrades to the ammo. But hey, if you're going up against big-ass aliens that have varying resilience, sometimes you just need the big guns, am I right? So, now I know what you're thinking. I remember that tirade that Joe said just earlier. So, why did it take him till just now to put on a front sight? Surely that wouldn't have worked out in the field, right? Right? They couldn't possibly have been thinking that they made a pistol that you can't actually aim, right? Well, random viewer, that's a very good observation. And absolutely, there is a good reason that this one has a front sight and this one doesn't. But not this one, though. This one I'll have to get into later. It's a fucking mess. So, like most firearms in the Halo universe, the M6 series is an extremely modular line of pistols, as seen by the many variants each pistol has, like the M6C SOCOM, which essentially is like the same pistol you use in Halo 2, but with more additions and upgrades. So, with that said, the M6D actually does come with a front sight, but the reason you never see it is because in Halo Combat Evolved, it's covered by the SmartLink, trademark, module, which basically is what allows you to use the zoom function. And now it all makes sense why you could zoom in CE but not Halo 2. And then there's this one. But again, we might have to just talk about that one later in another video. Point is, the M6C is actually the most practical version of the Magnum as far as anybody that doesn't have an airtight insurance policy. But honestly, it still sucks if you're Master Chief.
How's it going, guys? Thanks for making it to the end of the video. Ignore the fact that I changed shirts and kind of look like I just walked out of the shower. It's totally the same day. Anyways, I'd like to give a big shout out to the guys that I work with on this video. I can't thank them enough for the work that they do. First one I gotta give a shout out to is my buddy Joe. He did the rant that was earlier in the video. Hilarious guy. You guys, you really need to check him out. He does music on this on his channel and posts a lot of like really edgy memes on his Twitter. So I guess follow his Twitter at your own discretion. But again, I really appreciate him. He's a great guy. Love to work with him again. We'll see how that goes. So yeah, go subscribe to him, and I don't know what to say after this. The next guy I'd like to give a shout out to is my buddy Groon. Great guy. Love working with him. Honestly, cannot thank him enough. He does all the animations that you've seen on any of my videos. He did the animations that I did on the M57 Pylon video, and then he also did the rant that Joe did for earlier in this video. So yeah, go follow him. Very underrated animator. It does not get the recognition he deserves. So yeah, subscribe and follow, I guess. This outro sucks. Anyways, one more thing I wanted to touch on before I finally end the video. The space between the next video and this one is not going to be nearly as long this time. I swear, it will not be another 4 months. I actually have another video in the works currently that won't be up on this channel. It will be up on a buddy of mine's channel to help him get his channel off the ground. So it'll be a video on the Fate series, so if you enjoy my anime content, I highly suggest you go check that out. It would be greatly appreciated. And I think that's all I got. So, Nico, you have anything to say? He wants to talk when I talk, but not when I ask him questions. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next video.